departments with armed drones. My favorite story is of the sheriff in Texas showing off his new drone for the media and promptly crashing it into his armored car. He needed the armored car. It's nutty at this point, but it's going to be deadly serious, and it's going to come back in every way if we don't stop it, and the model for it is what we've seen abroad, and we need to educate people back home about that, and educate ourselves about the types of abuses brewing here at home. So we have 4 speakers. I'm going to be one of them. Our first speaker is Amy Stepanovich. She is the director of EPIC's Domestic Surveillance Project. She has testified in Congress on drone surveillance, on which she is an expert, and she is here to share her expertise with us. Amy Stepanovich.
I'll stay here. It's a little more conversational. I actually feel really out of place. I really wanted to wear pink today. I looked in my closet and I owned nothing that is pink. So I had to go with orange. So I'm really sorry. So I hope everybody is now adequately caffeinated and ready to start back up. My name is Amy Stepanovich, and I'm the director of the Domestic Surveillance Project at the Electronic Privacy Information Center, or EPIC.
Woo!
EPIC's a nonprofit organization. We're located right here in Washington, D.C. We were founded in 1994, and our mission is to focus public attention, so all of you, on emerging issues in privacy and civil liberties and technology. So drones, which is why I'm here. I have a few things I'm going to talk about today, and I'm really actually looking forward to all of your questions so we can really engage in this at the end, and hearing my co-panelists talk. But when you think about myself as a privacy attorney, I get all the time, I get asked, what is the privacy risk for drones in the United States? Don't we already have cameras? Don't we already have cell phones? Doesn't Google already know everything about you? These are questions that are generally posed to me, and I continually tell people that no, drones actually are a game changer for surveillance in the United States. The drone industry likes to make 2 very competing claims. They first say that drones are exactly like airplanes. Drones are airplanes with cameras, so they don't need additional regulation. But 5 seconds later, what they'll say is drones revolutionize airspace, and we really need them here in the United States because they're totally different. And I don't think you can make those claims back to back and recognize that they are based on different premises. So why are drones not like planes? Well, drones are built around surveillance. They come with cameras. They come standard with high-definition cameras that are used to pilot them. You cannot have a drone if you don't have a camera. You can't say the same about airplanes. So drones' very reason for existing is to conduct surveillance, which makes them very, very good platforms for surveillance technologies. And you're seeing in the United States that we're exploring and developing and deploying drones with some of the most advanced surveillance technologies that are available on the market and that aren't even on the market yet. Things like gigapixel cameras, which were developed by the Department of Defense, which can observe an entire city all the way down to a 3-inch blade of grass. That's how far they can zoom in with relative clarity, which is amazing. That's 100 times more powerful than I'm guessing the most powerful camera anybody in this room has ever used. They can have terahertz technology. This can detect what you're carrying when you walk down the street. It's basically an electronic frisk. You get scanned with it, and they tell you what you have on you. This is being developed to be deployed on drones. Facial recognition technology, automated license plate readers, thermal imaging. Just really, if you can name a surveillance technology, they're looking at putting it on drones to be used in the United States. This is more troubling because there is absolutely no transparency about how drones are currently used in the United States. And I'll go in a second into what that means. But actually, the sister organization of ours, the Electronic Frontier Foundation, had to bring a lawsuit against the Federal Aviation Administration just to determine who was already licensed to operate a drone in the United States. There was no public information available, which is incredibly troubling. And the FAA, again, in information I'll get into in just a bit, has made the representation that they don't plan to make that information available to the general public in the future. which we should all be very angry about. And they really, because they are these unique platforms for surveillance, they make pervasive physical world surveillance a thing of the very near future. That's no longer science fiction, that everything you do in your everyday life will be observed all the time. We already are used to that when we're on the internet. That's going to become a regular piece of everyday life unless we act right now and try